Good afternoon, folks, and welcome to my next blog entry for the Super Server Cool Dudes channel. Okay, so here we have my new power distribution unit, so PDU for short, for those of you who are in the know. Now, it's probably best that I say at this point, before I go any further, that it's absolutely not recommended for you to do this at home unless you know exactly what you're doing, or you have a qualified electrician on hand to advise you. I have obtained certain college certifications that will allow me to do this kind of basic electronics, and coupled with my 15 years experience in the industry with electronics and motherboards and computers, etc., I do have a vast degree of knowledge in this area. So once again, it's absolutely, please do not try this at home unless you know what you're doing, because you will most certainly fry yourself with 240 volts, which will be extremely painful. Okay, moving on to the more interesting part after that safety message. Here we have a thermostat control unit, which comes in here from the power supply. It runs down here into this unit, it comes along this here, and then it comes into this 4 gangway here, and in this socket eventually in the server room it will be hooked up with the fans, the aircon unit, and stuff which normally comes on when the server room gets too hot. Most server rooms are controlled by sort of air cool units, and I've just got a smaller version of it because I have a smaller server room. So I've got an air conditioning unit on the way, which will be controlled in here. So that's that. Now on to other things which I'm going to be using on this motherboard, which to fill this huge sort of blank area. Now on this board here will be various of like mains plugs that are coming in from the main supply. There'll be a bank here of those. There'll be a bank of 4 gangways, much like this one, but they'll be up there in a sort of a unison on a vertical basis. So they'll be all lined up there, and then they will be basically they'll be serving the server, the routers, all those kind of things. All the stuff in the rack will be coming into those all those gangways that will be resting at the top there. Now, another thing which will be going here, which this will be plugged into, will be a mains, sort of a double mains, as you'd see on your wall really. Let me see if I can show you an example of one on my wall. Please bear with me there. Okay, there you go, folks. As you can see, that is the socket that will be going in the place I just showed you, along with that power consumption unit that you see plugged in there. That tells me how much that particular my office equipment is using, and it's a pretty useful tool. So that will be moved, well, not the socket itself, but one like it will be put onto the PDU unit, and we will take this power monitoring unit and it will be placed onto the PDU board, so we can see how much the server room is consuming. So back to the PDU board. Okay, so now we're back at the PDU board, and basically those 2 items that we just saw, well, one, the double socket will be going here, and the single socket here, and those 2 will be used to sort of provide those with power, and this one here will be plugged in, will be that monitoring unit to show how much power is being used, followed by a fuse box, which obviously is to stop it from sort of over circuiting or breaking or whatever you want to call it. So it's like a breaker, so if it basically that thing will pop before any further damage is done. So that's that. So the reason why you ask me, well, why are you making this thing, why don't you just sort of get 4-way gangways and use your home or office standard you know, circuit breaker unit, the fuse box? Why not use that? Well, let me go into the server room and show you a little bit more why I felt that it was probably a bit more safer and neater to do it this way. Okay, folks, so here we are in the server room, aka the comms room, and as you can see here, we've got various different 4 gangways that are crammed between the server rack and the wall of the server room. Now, this is both unsafe, a fire hazard, and also, well, not very tidy. So the reason why obviously I've designed that rack is to try and get these up on there and make it a little bit more tidier. So yeah, bear with me and we'll go back to the PDU unit. So as you can imagine, just by looking what I've just shown you, it's now you can clearly see why it would be safer for me to use this kind of system. So yeah, that's a very short video today of my next project, shall we call it, after the servers. The servers are a continuous project, as you all know, with the rest of my videos on my channel. But this is my next small project to help my servers along and make things look a bit more neater and a bit more professional. So yeah, but I must stress, guys, at the final part of my video, if you're looking to design something of this nature, please do not try this at home unless you're absolutely confident that in your abilities to work with electronics. And if you are, and you're not a qualified electrician, please enlist a qualified electrician to at least check your system over. Okay folks, if you need advice on this project or any other of my projects and videos on my channel, please rate, comment and subscribe on the comments below there, and I'll be more than happy to help you and hopefully get you on your way. Okay folks, my name is Dean. You have been watching the Super Server Dudes channel. Bye for now.